A political race in Texas is now sparking a huge debate across social media. After Jasmine Crockett lost the race to the James Tarico, reaction online exploded. Some people are blaming voters, and others say Howard will be misunderstood. And many are now debating race, politics, and unity in America. In this video, we are going to look at the viral clips and the strong reaction people they are sharing online.
When you hear people say there's a literacy crisis, this is what they mean.
No. What do you mean? Jasmine not going to Congress for Texas? Oh, Crockett. A girl can only dream. Listen, Jasmine, what was that one quote that you said? Let me think. Oh, yeah. We done picking cotton. You can't pay us enough to go find a plantation. Yeah, you remember that. I remember that. How could I forget? See, 6.5 million Hispanic voters in Texas, which is like the majority of the electoral vote here in the state. And you mean to tell me that you think that we're still picking cotton? Hell no, girl. Hell no. That's why you lost.
A literacy crisis literally means that people are illiterate. And that doesn't mean that they can't read. So they make some meaning, but it's very surface level. The higher order thinking skills that are needed for critical thinking, making inferences, drawing conclusions, they don't have them. This lady actually thought, and she's not an anomaly, that when Jasmine Crockett said, "We're not picking cotton no more," that she was talking about the Latinx population picking cotton. If you are illiterate, you took that statement very literal. Trump and the rest of his regime won this election because people were illiterate. And they are making doubly sure that folks stay that way. We're not picking cotton no more. Making inferences, which means you would need to be familiar and knowledgeable of that reference and what she actually meant. She absolutely knows folks ain't picking cotton that way. The statement meant that we won't be your slaves anymore too. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. There is a literacy crisis and a push to make sure people stay illiterate. All right, good people.
Oh, they didn't vote for Jasmine Crockett because this, that. Oh, they didn't vote for her because she's a black woman. Yeah.
I knew Jasmine Crockett was going to lose based on the way that a lot of people was on these social media platforms talking bad about her. All right? It don't matter if the collective of us went out and voted for her. We got to understand that she's still a black woman. You had that one white T woman that got on here and said, I love Jasmine Crockett, but I voted for Tellerico because we need someone who could win. Well, the only way she can win is by you voting for her. So what are you talking about? You know, that's why we have statements like, you know, never trust a white T liberal woman. Okay? And then you had black women and black men on this app saying that Jasmine Crockett is ghetto. And on other social media platforms too. She shouldn't be in any type of political position. Yeah, so it's some of her own people that was, you know, putting out narratives against her. So yeah, I mean, bro, and then like I said, she's a black woman. What more do you want me to say, bro? And now she's playing the whole lawsuit or whatever, but what more do you want me to say? She black and she a woman, and you know her own people came out talking bad against her, and then you can't trust these white T liberals. Yeah.
Latinos proved it again that you guys have no loyalty to black people. You will not vote for black people. Jasmine Crockett was running to represent you guys in the state of Texas. Never been done. But you would rather to vote for the white guy than to vote for Jasmine. But here's the kicker. When ICE was stepping in your chest, when ICE was dragging you out your home, dragging you out your business, dragging you off your job site, dragging you out your car, arresting your kids, what did you guys Latinos scream? Where's all the blacks? Why are the blacks not out here fighting? This is why. The one thing everybody has to know about black people, we're a very good judge of character. We understand exactly what you show us. And nowhere in any struggles, any fight have we had in the past were Latino people on the side of black. You have one or two, and one or two does not represent the numbers that makes a difference. So that's what I'm saying. And this election just passed. It clearly shows that you guys would rather to vote for the white guy. I don't know, maybe in your mind somewhere you think that's gonna get you accepted and shit is gonna stop being hectic for you. But remember one thing in life, unless somebody walks in your shoe, they cannot understand the fight, which means no white man that you elect to office to represent you can understand what it is to be dark, brown, black, non-white. Why? Because no matter what happened, you will always have that safety net of being a white person. They will never understand what it's like to drive your car and be concerned every time a police get behind you. They'll never understand what it's like to be discriminated against because you walk a certain way, talk a certain way, look a certain way, act a certain way, speak a certain way. They will never understand it until you guys understand that in order for somebody to make the changes that we need as blacks and Latinos, we have to have somebody that understands what we're going through in office. No white person can accurately represent our culture because they don't understand. And when you guys had the opportunity to support Jasmine, you did not. You did not. Now let's not get it twisted. A lot of Spanish people voted for her, not necessarily because they want to, because but enough of you showed your ass to prove that you would rather to vote for the white man because it makes you feel safe. And everybody likes coming on my channel to talk about why we gotta make this about color. Wake up. Everything in the United States is based on color. Neighborhoods, funding, school, programs, job, everything is based on color. And if you're saying that it's not, that's because you're one of them that's protected. You're one of them that's got that entitlement that protects you so you don't see that. But Latinos, this is the reason why black people do not come out and fight for you, because you will not fight for us. And if this is an indication, we're in trouble come November, because you guys are going to do the exact same shit. I can't understand you. Get it through your thick head. You will never, ever be accepted as white, no matter what you do. And if you think that, okay, I don't need to vote for her, but I'll vote for this guy, and he'll make the change, and they'll stop messing with us. Yeah, good luck with that. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.
The people who voted for him in the largest numbers were Hispanic and Latino voters, and that's totally fine. Love that for y'all. Here's the thing. Nobody's shocked that Jasmine didn't win the Democratic primary in Texas. Like, nobody's shocked. Disappointed, but not shocked. But here's the thing. Since the Latino voters came out in mass numbers, that mean that y'all can handle everything on the campaign. Y'all want y'all boy to be in there. All black folks got to do now is show up in November, and black folks been doing that anyways. Black folks been showing up in massive and record-breaking numbers anyways when they come out to the midterm and the overall general elections. So all we got to do is show up. But now all that campaigning, boots on the ground, the same shit that Jasmine has been doing for the past 6 years, ever since 2020, that's on y'all boy now. So I hope Hispanic and Latino voters are ready to get boots on the ground and do what need to be done to get the Republicans who are on the fence and the Independents who are on the fence to come on over to the Democratic side in November and vote Democrat in November. That just mean that y'all took the pressure off of black folks, and thank God y'all did for once. I hope my girl Jasmine go on the best vacation and put her feet in some sand and get her a nice little mimosa.
At this point, I don't care if Jasmine Crockett would have won or not. I don't care. Yes, she would have been a phenomenal candidate. Yes, she would have been a powerhouse that people would have thrown their support behind. Yes, she would have done something historic and amazing. And just as this country does with black women, y'all robbed yourselves of the opportunity to have a really amazing leader because she wasn't in the right package, if you get what I'm saying. But at this point we've arrived to right now, whether she would have won or not is inconsequential. Because I know if she would have won and she would have saw all of the voter suppression, she would have immediately addressed it. Kind of like the way she did when she went to go sue to make sure that people had more time, because their voting locations were the ones that were majorly impacted the most. Whether she would have won or not is less consequential to the fact that an entire community, not just in Texas, but across the United States, watched how black folks in a specific area were disenfranchised. And rather than meeting the moment, the party that has heavily relied upon our votes and our support, just kind of glossed over the fact that there was all this massive voter suppression in our communities, in our neighborhoods, with people who look like us. And we're just like, but the candidate that we really wanted to win got in there. And just the bare lack of acknowledgement that there was such massive voter suppression and that it caused such trouble, such chaos, and the fact that it happened in our communities. And that voter suppression in any election is no good for anyone, anywhere. Yeah, like I said, that blue party, they got real big problems now. Because unlike a lot of these other folks, black folks are wildly and fiercely communal. Most of us, there's always an outlier. But when we see what you do to someone else that looks like us,
Latino vote in Texas. That's really what propelled James Tallarico over Jasmine Crockett. And Jasmine Crockett is said to this will likely be the end of her political career as we know it. She had to not run in the primary for her House seat. So I imagine you'll see her leftist nonsense all over the news going forward, including her election denialism here. But that Latino vote you see in Texas is going to be a key in.
Jasmine Crockett can only blame herself for not winning. When you play the race card over and over and over, it may work for some time. It worked in the Obama era. It worked under Biden. It's not going to work anymore because America in general and black people are tired of the race card. She could have won if she had other voting blocks voting for her. Let's say white people. Yeah. Black Americans and white Americans have the most in common. But Jasmine Crockett burnt that bridge a long time ago with her race politics. It's disgusting. No one likes that. If politicians just played the game played the game the way that it's supposed to be played and didn't constantly double down and stomp down on race alone, you would have much, much better results, okay? The Latino vote is what basically ended her career. You heard the lady. Her career may be over. So now we're going to see her on all the news stations bitching and complaining. Instead, Jasmine, you should be taking this time to reinvent yourself, reinvent the way you present yourself, right? And start over. That's literally the only thing you can do. And the bottom line is she can't blame anybody but herself for not winning 2 times in a row.
Now y'all mad at the Latinos because Crockett lost? This how I know that y'all under a spell. Y'all are really under a spell because did y'all not see what she said on stage? When she was literally pretty much saying that they the new slaves? Did y'all forget about that? Because I know that they didn't. You can't get mad at the Latinos because they voted for their best interest. Y'all motherfuckers might need to find out, how do you all start doing it? Because y'all never do. I got respect for the Latinos who's like, we're not about to vote for a bitch that called us a slave on stage. Fuck that bitch. No. Y'all would rather vote for people who say that if you don't vote for me, that you not black. The poor kids are just as smart as white kids. Y'all are cool with people disrespecting you in your face and y'all laughing and snickling and giggling and still voting for them. You probably would still vote for Gavin Newsom, even though he literally said that y'all was stupid. right in y'all face in one of the blackest cities in the country. You all continue to vote based on a race of a person instead of a policy. And I know this for sure. I remember during the campaign season, all of those disrespectful ass lives that we used to have when it comes to conservatives and liberals going back and forth. How many of y'all didn't even know one fucking policy that lady had until she copy and pasted Biden's? It took her weeks to even have policies on her website. And it wasn't nothing but copy and paste and disrespecting Trump and talking about Project 2025. I don't remember that. I do. They gonna write checks. They gonna put money behind the people that they put in position. That's why they end up getting the things that they need. And their caucus, those people actually fight for them. Ours don't. They only fight for their countries that they left from, that their grandparents and parents are from. NAACP don't fight for y'all when it comes to shit. You need to stop voting for people just because they look like you. Because we keep learning that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Mad at them because she lost. Could it be that she was just a bad candidate? So bad that even 44 didn't even endorse her? Why y'all not mad at him?
There's this young state rep, James Tirico, who was on there a while back out of Texas.
Oh, that guy's good, right?
He's terrific. Really talented young man.
I got y'all damn nerve trying to blame it on the Republicans. Nigga, it was a Democrat against a Democrat. That's why we're going to be talking about it, because I really truly think that it's some hocus pocus going on over y'all. It really is. Somebody did something in here. This is gone. We'll be talking about it on Monday. Because I really want y'all to come up out of this spell, because this hit y'all heavy. Because y'all are out here looking embarrassing right now. Embarrassing. And I mean that.
This country, and particularly voters in Texas, had a real opportunity. I go away for 3 days and I come back and y'all have the very rested, very blissful, very at peace 92% talking about team uncommitted and earn our vote. Y'all are really out here trying to live beyond the grace of Black women. It's a cold, sad, barren place out there. Y'all got us, the 92% who always do right, always show up, and now y'all have to earn our vote. And truly, and even now, I feel bad for y'all. Ain't that crazy? Y'all don't know, I don't think y'all know how to earn our vote. Try so hard to help y'all. We try so hard. Y'all just gonna choose the path to destruction. Cool. Do y'all understand cool? That we cool with y'all doing that? There was a time, I'm telling you, 2 years ago, you could have told Black women. Well, now it's time for us all to come together, and we would have come to fuck together, and we would have held hands and helped close the circle. Oh, not anymore. Not no more. I don't think y'all know what you've done. I love that for us, but I'm real sorry for y'all. Y'all understand that Black women saying you have to earn our vote is scorched earth? It's the equivalent of Black women, the 92% as a collective saying, Crockett, cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war. That's not the kind of shit we normally say. Good for the goose is truly good for the gander now, to all you leftists out there. That the leftists are out here telling us we gotta all come together. Ain't that old something? Ain't that old something? Oh, Texas, y'all messed up. Texas Latinos, y'all, whatever y'all get, y'all get. Y'all literally chose evangelical Christian-shaped white man to get us out of the mess made by exclusively Christian evangelical white men. I look forward to seeing how you all earn the 92% vote. This is gonna be entertaining. Entertainment is good for melanin amplification and glow. 92%, like y'all went off while I was gone. Okay, I'm just a voice. I'm 100% down with this, by the way. We'll talk about this, the war, and Black women's continued hypersonic evolution and upgrade on the Sunshine Report tomorrow. It's good to be back. In the comments, 92%, tell me, did you miss me?
James Tallarico winning over Jasmine Crockett is a good and valid reason why we should stop saying Black and brown. We not brothers and sisters, okay? They're not our true allies. Black people, we don't have any true allies, okay? So all that Black and brown unity and all that stuff, stop that, bro. Because they gonna do what they do. They gonna do what they do, bro. And this is why we should sit down, be quiet, and stop thinking that we should be kumbaya. Okay? Mm-hmm. Because they gonna show they behind every time. But yet y'all always getting up on here talking about, nah, we gotta come together as minority groups and you know, we gotta stand strong. We Black folks, we the only ones that be standing on business. You the only ones that be standing on business. Nobody else be standing with us. But yeah, we want to keep being nice to everybody. No. No. We want to be a voice for every goddamn body. Nope. Time to sit down. Alright? Because we understand how certain people are going to show up and show their behind. Okay? Y'all have a good one.
So before we continue this video, I want to give credit to all original creators of the TikTok clips used in this video. All clips belong to their respective creator and are used here for commentary, news reporting, and education purpose only. So the debate surrounding Jasmine Crockett and James Tarico show how divided opinion can be when it comes to politics, race, and voter priority in the United States. Some people believe it was about campaigning message, while others see deeper issue within different community. What do you think about this reaction? Share your thoughts in comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification for more updates. See you next in another episode.